We all know that it's going to happen. And if you clicked on this video, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Somebody in your family or somebody in one of your group chats or somebody you haven't spoken to in years is going to text message you, "Hey, I know you're into crypto. What should I buy?" And then you're expected to make money for them after years and years and years in the trenches while they did nothing but buy stocks. And this is exactly what happened to me on Thanksgiving. I'm going to tell the story, and I'm also going to share in this video exactly what I told that person to buy and why I told them to buy it. I think you'll be surprised, but I think it's a killer portfolio for any noob, any normie who wants to lazily limp into crypto right now at the peak of the bull market. Work. It's me, Joe, and you might be surprised to see me. And that's because I'm usually on my own channel, Dead Cat Crypto. You could check me out over there, but I'm here now. And the reason why I'm here is this is part of an ongoing collaboration between Scott, Bella, and myself to bring you some unique and diverse content. I'll be shifting over here from time to time to drop some bangers. You know that that's what I do. And like I said, this is going to be ongoing, so you'll see me more often. If you know me and you know what's already on this channel, you know there's no hype here. There's just straight facts. We ask hard questions, and we'll be shooting straight in a space that's anything but. And today, what I'm going to share with you, like I mentioned earlier, is the perfect normie portfolio. So think about it. It's Thanksgiving. You're trying to stuff your face. You're trying to get drunk, you know, casually in front of your family while you're also watching football and listening to some BS conversations with your cousins, pretending to be interested. And somebody's going to go, "Hey, I just opened a Coinbase account. What should I buy?" Right. And that's exactly what my brother did. My brother said, "Hey, you know about crypto?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "What should I buy?" Um, have you bought crypto before? No. Do you know anything about crypto? No. I just have an ETF in my brokerage account. That's actually a great start. If you've got if you've got a brokerage account and you're buying ETFs, you're already part of the bull cycle. And I told him that's great. I can tell you what to buy. Here's my referral code for Coinbase. If you haven't joined already, we'll both make 20 bucks. And I'll tell you exactly what I would buy if I was you. My brother already had Bitcoin ETFs in his brokerage account. So I see no reason to buy Bitcoin on Coinbase. And look, you might be saying that's blasphemy. What about self custody? What about freedom of transactions? All that crap. Guess what? Normies don't care about that. They don't care about wallets. They don't care about decentralization. They sure as hell don't want to navigate white papers and these half baked applications that suck. And they don't want to be on DEXs. So I just said, this is what I would buy if I was you. Don't even research these tokens, just buy them and keep a bunch of cash handy in case the prices dip. That was my advice. I don't know what you think about that. Definitely different advice than what Scott would give, I would imagine. But here we go. Here are my 5 perfect tokens for your boomer normie noob lazy man's portfolio. Number 1 is none other than Litecoin. Yes, it is a dinosaur token, but it should move with the market and it should be a hell of a lot more volatile than Bitcoin. And I think it's a great token simply because it has been around for a while. It's survived multiple cycles, has a chance to run up nicely should Bitcoin and the total market cap continue to rise. And you could see by the chart, it did a whole bunch of nothing for the duration of the bear market. You could see it basically bounce between 50 and 100, tons of time to accumulate. So why would I ever suggest to somebody to buy it now? Well, let's zoom out. And the answer is quite simple: volatility. In a bull market, I love volatility because that means that I have a chance with some volatile tokens to outperform the market. And Litecoin, by most measures, did absolutely that the last couple of cycles. It has an all time high of around $400. You could see at the time that I suggested it, it was down here about $95 and has rocketed up to the 130s, already in profit from my first token. Let's go to the next one. Whether you like it or not, Doge truly is the king of memes. And I think in this market, you want some simple meme coin exposure. I told him, buy Doge. And he knew about Doge, which is interesting because everyone knows about Doge. And if you fade it, I think you're a moron. I think 90% of the people will underperform the market because they're avoiding the most obvious plays. For me, for the last 2 years, that was Bitcoin. Right now, It's Doge, and look at its performance. You can see by the chart, it was a little bit more volatile than Litecoin the last 2 years or so. And it went on a crazy run from about 10 cents all the way up to about 50 cents. I suggested it right over here at 39 cents. And you can see we're already up. That's token number 2 in this wonderful normie unbeatable portfolio. I know I'm going to catch shit for this next one, but I don't care. Solana is truly the user's choice for blockchains. They have tons of traffic. They've recovered from a catastrophe, and they've got DeFi, they've got memes, they've got games, they've even got physical devices, which I think is great for onboarding new users. I said, hey, token number 3, get yourself some Sol. And yeah, it's not performing quite as nice as the other two, but it's necessary. And you could see when I suggested Sol, it was about $230. It was down about 10% from the recent highs, and it's consolidating a bit. Maybe it'll dip even further, but I don't care. I think you need exposure to Sol if you want to have a serious crypto portfolio. And I'm not going to suggest to a normie to go on Radium or go on Pump.fun and start blasting stable coins at meme tokens. I don't think that's necessary. You get exposure to meme tokens and all of the buzz and chaos and hype that it generates simply by holding the L1 token, which is generating a ton of fees from this meme coin mania. Token number 4 is none other than Chainlink. I mentioned that Solana, you get exposure to DeFi, but you want exposure to Ethereum to have real exposure to DeFi. And I think Chainlink is the essential DeFi token. Not only do I look like a genius for suggesting it at $17, you could see it shot up. What is that? 30%, 40%. I can't do math right now. I'm just gloating at how great this portfolio is. This is the only token out of these 5 that I have in my own portfolio. I bought it between 10 and 13, waited a long time for this one, but I do think that you'll see Link in some ETFs, whether it's just a straight up Chainlink ETF or a mixed bag DeFi token ETF. This token is going to be held by institutional traditional investors. And I think this is great exposure to ETH. It should be more volatile than the ETH token, kind of like Litecoin is a more volatile version of Bitcoin. I think Chainlink really is the only one on this list that's worth looking deeper into. And I told my brother, I said, if you're going to research any of these, I suggest you don't. But if you want to, Link is the only one that really makes sense from a normie point of view because it does connect the crypto world with the rest of the internet and the rest of the real world. Finally, I think you need some exposure to Base. The problem with Base is there's no L1 token. Could he buy coin stock or could I suggest coin stock for a brokerage account? Yes, and I have a lot of it. It's my number one holding in my retirement account. But for the crypto side of it, Aerodrome is really the biggest DeFi application over there on Base. The token's been performing really well. Of course, I don't have any. I've been waiting too long to jump into this and just, I don't like buying things after they pump. I mean, the chart speaks for itself. It's almost a perfect chart, right? It double bottomed and then has been up only right to its previous all-time highs. And that's where it sits right now. And when I suggested it, you could see that the price was only $1.39. Now it's over $2. So a great suggestion by me. And I really think this is a good play to round out that normie portfolio. Like I said, you get exposure to Base, which has had tremendous inflows. And also on Base, something that people are sleeping on is the AI agent narrative. And I think Base has a chance to be a leader in that area of crypto, the same way Sol was a leader in meme tokens. So let's recap the normie portfolio, shall we? Number 1 on the list was Litecoin. Like I said, it's a more volatile version of Bitcoin. I love volatility in the bull market. That's number 1. Number 2 is Doge. How do you fade the king of memes? You don't, especially if you're a normie. It needs to be in your bag. Number 3 is Solana. They're rolling out all kinds of things, and they probably will have the normie market cornered, not only with their devices and memes, but just the fact that their wallet's so easy to use and they're accessible on every centralized exchange. Got to have Sol in that portfolio. Number 4 was Chain Link, the Link token, Link Marines. Yeah, you're all weird, but you got to have it in your portfolio, especially if you're a normie or a boomer and you're buying tokens on a centralized exchange, don't fade link. And finally, Aerodrome, Aerotine International, Aerodrome, whatever you want to call it. That is the DeFi platform on Base. I think Base is going to eventually be the number 2 DeFi chain. Yes, I think it will end up doing better than Solana simply because it's closely connected to Coinbase and will have all the advantages that a centralized exchange offers while also attracting some of the degen DeFi people who will come over there to trade not only memes, not only NFTs, but AI agents. Hope you like that video. Hope you're not jealous that my brother, who knows absolutely nothing about crypto or technology, he's beating most of you in not even 10 days of having this portfolio. Don't be jealous. Suggest down below where he should add on or maybe what tokens he should replace and why. I'd be happy to respond, but just understand that my 5 picks are right. Your 5 picks will be wrong. The results speak for themselves.